This is Stutter Boy K. Flowsicka, and this is the ongoing vlog series. This particular video is entitled NBA 2K16's Wishlist Continued. We're going to first touch on gameplay. The signature crossovers or things like that, they don't really do anything. I feel like the whole purpose of the crossover seems like it's still limited. Like they don't give us the choice of really using it or utilizing it while we play the game. I've seen countless times where I've had an opportunity to cross somebody over and the defense will stick to you like glue, and then even when you get the opportunity to actually cross them over, they recover very fast, and it's kind of unrealistic. So if I cross you over and I get past you, to have the computer AI know when they're playing against you to recover so fast takes away from the whole point of having the ability to use the crossover. Moving on to the next thing, offense and defense. When you're on offense, you can't really utilize the things like the crossover or the pump fake and getting past. The computer recovers way too fast and you're not able to do the same thing when you're on defense. A lot of the times I've had it where I'll be playing defense and the player will either blow right past me, even though I'm right in front of him, he'll go right through me to go right to the basket. And when you're trying to fight through picks, you'll be trying to fight, you'll be playing good defense, and then for whatever reason, if a player's close enough, another player, like a third player, comes magnetizing to them as opposed to guarding the player you were guarding. So it's like, it's an automatic animation you're caught up in before, instead of actually having the choice to still play defense on the player you're trying to play defense on. Passing to me is still a problem. It's problematic as far as if you're going to have these choices, which I thought was a good idea, to have the choice of doing the overhead pass, the bounce pass, or the regular pass. It's still flawed because of what the computer reacts to what you're doing. So it'll go right to the defender as opposed to going to the player trying to get it to. I've had it to where I try to throw a bounce pass and instead of going anywhere, it went right to the defender's hands as opposed to even trying to attempt the real pass. I've seen it where I've tried to throw a pass and it'll quite clearly just doesn't make any actual attempt to get to that player or my teammate. Moving on, All-Star Weekend. When you're playing MyCareer specifically, you're going to make a big deal about this in MyCareer. It has to be a big deal. I don't understand how you can have these storylines written into a particular mode and try to downplay something like the All-Star Weekend is for players in their first couple years when they first make it to the All-Star game. Just not one little scene that says congratulations, you're going to the show. Like, to actually have it mean something and have maybe storylines where it's letting you know, wow, this is a big deal. This is my goal. My rookie year is to make the rookie sophomore game or the dunk contest, 3-point contest. It should be a bigger deal, especially in the beginning of your career, in MyCareer, to be a part of All-Star Weekend, because it's a big deal. It does give you more attention and more exposure, and it should reflect that. Moving on, the slam dunk contest and the 3-point contest really need to be improved. I don't know why they have no intention of trying to make it fun. When you play 3-point contest, it just seems like it's there. There's no real point to it anymore. Like at first it was this big deal. Look, we have a Guitar Hero style slam dunk contest, and it just seems like it's what's the point? We haven't changed anything, and instead of changing something and making it better, all we're gonna do is kind of leave it there, and maybe you won't notice that we didn't do anything different for the past couple years. Also, have real jerseys in the rookie sophomore game. They don't have to be reflective of real life, but at least give them something. Give them some sort of. It's very tacky to watch just white and black jerseys with nothing on them. I mean, come on. Just give us something that shows you guys give a damn about All-Star Weekend. That's all I'm asking. Alright, moving on to the shoes. I've seen that they've talked about shoes. If you can't use the shoes in MyCareer, what's the point in having them if you can't use them for what you want? Also, during MyCareer, if you're not signed to a particular brand or endorsed by a particular brand, you should be able to wear any shoe you want starting off. You shouldn't have to wear 2K brand until 2 seasons down. That you have to either find some weird fix around it by, you know, tweaking the system itself. You should be able to choose whatever brand you want to wear. If you want to wear Nike, Adidas, Jordan, Under Armour, etc., Reebok, you should be able to wear those shoes until you get an exclusive deal with the particular company. And with that being said, again, I stress, have the choice to sign to any brand you want to sign with, and make a bigger deal about signing these shoes. Don't just say, well, congratulations, you signed to Nike, you get 700 VC or 7,000 VC. Build this up to get this hype just to go, wow. We're really not going to put that much thought into it, but we want you to sit there and play 2 or 3 seasons straight until you get a shoe deal. And then once you get a shoe deal, we're only going to make sure that we only kind of touched on this. It should be a bigger deal. You should have a contract, a big contract. And then moving on to the next thing. This brings me to the biggest point, VC. If we're going to use VC for everything, which it's being used for everything, adjust the VC accordingly. VC should not be such a high value to the point now 3,000 VC is this, and then everybody else's currency is actually millions, and you're only getting something 600 VC per game or whatever BS that they're giving you. Adjust it accordingly. Though VC should be reflected towards like real cash. So if I'm making a lot of money as a professional athlete, shoes shouldn't be a big stretch for me to be able to just to have, or sleeves or whatever. Like, none of that should be 3,500 VC for a sleeve or an armband. All that should be either free or cheap. With that being said, that's all my time. I hope you enjoyed my rant. You don't have to agree with it, but I feel like there's way too much potential for NBA 2K16 not to be a better game than last year. I think last year's game was still good. But again, I say things have to be improved. I think it's great Spike Lee's being involved. I think that the storyline, if you're going to force one, has to have so many more choices. And on top of that, we should have the choices to do anything we want to make the game better. As far as going high school, going college, going pro, having it every 4 years, possibly playing in the Summer Olympics with the USA team, being able to choose your agents, things of that nature to make it more unique for each and every user to be able to enjoy the game in their own way and share those stories online and say with their friends, I did this, well, I did this, I decided to play overseas, or my team player wasn't good enough, so I went to the NBBL, something. So it's just, it has to have choices in order to grow, and downloadable content is probably the best way of making this all happen. But again, that's my time. I'm Stutta Boy K Flow Sicka. Peace out. Until next time, peace.